I've had a series where I analyze fight scenes. I go frame by frame to break down the choreography, find any extra details, animation mistakes, all kinds of interesting fun stuff. But this is the first time I'm instead analyzing a song. While the Hellaverse has its fair share of combat scenes I would be interested in dissecting, I have to admit, I personally prefer music videos over action. Hazbin has some great songs, especially with its second season, but my patrons voted for the absolutely phenomenal Husk song, Love in a Bottle. But the music video side of it is just one thing. Hazbin is still first and foremost a visual medium. Analyzing the animation on screen during the song is honestly not too dissimilar to analyzing a fight scene. The pacing, the actions the characters make, the timing, it all plays important roles in portraying the themes of the song on a larger scale. The visuals can tell us something the lyrics in the song might not necessarily be able to do. Let's not babble about it anymore, let's just dive right in. Nice little spin to transition him into standing on the bar stool. An extra flourish might seem small, but it'll directly contrast with how we leave Husk at the end of the song. He starts doing intricate little movements and standing tall above the rest, all eyes on him. At the end, he's stumbling drunkenly out of his chair, flat on his back, all by himself. This whole opening is rather slow, like, from the speed of animation perspective, the whole rest of the song, all the way to the end, is very frantic, very much displaying the idea that it's all coming at him real fast. This slow build shows Husk's usual cool, calm, collected demeanor, and the contrast that happens once he starts imbibing in his drinking and gambling. The table is decorated with these club paw print symbols. I think it's common knowledge in the fanbase, but just in case you don't know, this is actually Husk's club, like casino, like he owns the place, so it makes sense the decor would match his aesthetic of playing cards and cat. The person working the table looks so upset when Husk does this, though they don't react at all when Husk knocks the chips off, which is kind of funny. Husk transitioning into this sidestep move is so cute. Oh my god, look at him go! So there's this dice head person watching Husk go on his way, but next we see Husk next to a dice head person losing at slots. I think they're actually different sinners, because it looks like their horns are different. Also, did you catch the loser baby in the slot machine? Timed up perfectly with Husk when he says, "Feeling sorry for myself." Also, this paw print symbol is different. This one is turning the paw pad into a heart, rather than doing the club design we saw before. I love the detail that the alcohol derails Husk. He was going one way, from left side of screen to the right side, but once that glass of booze crosses his path, suddenly he's backtracking. He's going backwards. This snail guy was watching Husk singing earlier when he did the sidestep move. The backup dancers have some 10 out of 10 designs, playing with the card theme and or a cat aesthetic, but not in a way that just feels like a ripoff of Husk. Instead, it feels like it matches him. Though I do wonder if his casino has a rule about only hiring people who match his aesthetic. You can't work here. You look like a lamp. That won't match our style. Oh look, the one from the table before came back, and they don't look so irritated anymore. Hooray! Husk is holding 4 glasses, but when he turns around, he's lost a glass and replaced it with a large purple bottle instead. We see this large purple bottle a lot in the song. The bow tie and diamond decoration on it makes me wonder if this is a drink Husk himself manufactures, or if it's just the bottle, like he's pouring alcohol into matching bottles for an aesthetic choice. A king, queen, jack, 10, and ace of all the same suit is a royal flush. Nothing beats it. Between frames, the shading on this backup singer with red hair changes. Do you see that? This is the same bartender at the end of the song, and the one Husk continues to babble at afterwards before seeing Angel. 2 of the folks playing roulette here are cannibals, and one of them has a sash that says Sin City Bride, so I think maybe Husk just barged into a bachelorette party. The second batch of folks Husk clinks glasses with is a completely different party. Not only are none of these characters seen in the bachelorette party, but their drinks are completely different too. It's because Husk is running around doing a lot and talking to a lot of people as he's drinking. This person's design is bonkers. Is that her hair? Or a hat? And isn't wearing sunglasses? Is she wearing gloves or is that just her body? It's hard to see because of the angle, but the table still has that paw print design on it from before. If you pay attention, all of the extra slot machines in the background is just the same image. Not just here too, even earlier in the song. The slot machine Husk lands on when he sings "The Cares I've Been Overthinking," they land on different images depicting Charlie, Alistair, and Angel Dust, the three folks who he's had on his mind the most, whether it's because he wants to help them, like with Charlie and Angel, or when it comes to Alistair, he's free from his deal with the hotel. I think it's funny they had to add yellow to Al's smile, otherwise you'd never be able to tell who this is. Alistair's design is such garbage. It doesn't even read well when it's a silhouette. Also, crazy that Charlie is pink and Angel is white. Charlie doesn't wear pink, so I figured Angel would have gotten that color. Oh well. Husk grabs a bottle out of this backup dancer's hand, and the two on the farthest sides of the screen shimmy a little bit before their cue. After the camera pans out further to get them in the frame, they actually move to pop their bottles. But they seem to have accidentally started their animation a little bit before it's the right time, which is weird. Even in full speed, it doesn't look like this was supposed to do that. Also, their eyes were glowing in this shot, but as the camera pans back, the glow in the red-haired one's eyes goes away for a couple of frames. A lot of weird compositing things seem to happen here. Oops. The sinner Husk gets all the chips from seems to be this cat person from the very beginning of the song. It happens really fast, but it looks like the red backup dancer and the cat backup dancer swap sides between frames, but what they're actually doing is spinning. We're just cutting to the 180 side of them to see where Husk was up above from where they started from. It's not a continuity error, it's just a little too fast. Also, Husk's hand is worse. He has 2 kings and 2 tens. That's the second worst hand you can pull when playing poker. Best part of the song? The bridge. Changing the visuals and the color direction entirely is such a smooth way of tackling this moment. Husk has a moment of introspection in the middle of his winning streak. The limited colors not only add some visual variety to the song, but also helps imply this bit is in Husk's head. Later, when his backup singers do their last lap it up, laugh it ups in the moment, it's in this style, implying it's his own inner thoughts that are starting to tear him down. Especially since the backup singers in the actual scenes all seem to look like they feel sorry for him once he starts losing. So it really does seem like all their jeers are just in his head.
Is in the eyes of the beholder.
Amazing line. It's so smart, so genuinely clever. This ant-like background character was in the very start of the song watching Husk. I know it was more of a metaphor, but I did wonder if Scotch can actually be 100 proof, and apparently it can, though usually it's 80 to 90. Husk panics even though the roulette wheel isn't done spinning. The ball can stop before the wheel itself stops, but it's going awfully fast here for that to happen. Me arguing the physics of a roulette wheel in hell, like as if anything couldn't be possible. Okay. Their eyes are glowing in this shot for some reason. The only other time they glowed was during the implied lodge area bit where all those weird little things happened before. Nowhere else in the song do the characters' eyes glow while they're at the game tables. The eye glowing in all of Hellaverse is a little inconsistent. Honestly. I love the transition of Husk tripping into the losing tables, panning up to meet us. Husk is falling flat on his face in more ways than one. 3 of these cards say the house, depicting his backup dancers, and the loser card has a picture of Husk on it. And the backup singers' cards are still singing their lines. Wow, such a small detail, but it's nice that they included it. The bar seems much emptier now that we're at the end of the song. Like, there's not nearly as many bottles or glasses behind the bartender. You could chalk it up to just a consistency thing, but you could also argue it's because Husk has gone through a lot of what was there before. Also, the bartender is way less happy now. Getting too drunk ruins the fun for everyone, Husk. You can still see the stage Angel will perform on later behind Husk, which is a cool consistency. Also, shout out to the winner sign in the background. Feels like a tongue-in-cheek jab at Husk with how it's positioned behind him. Husk ends with 16 drinks. Damn, you're lucky you're already dead, because I think that much would kill you, especially if it's all still 100 proof. Though, when he falls out of his chair, there's only 11 glasses left, and he doesn't have the glass in his hand anymore either. But That was Love in a Bottle. A lot of fun little stuff going on here. In general, I really like how Husk moves very smoothly throughout the whole song until he starts getting too drunk at the end, while his backup singers are much more frantic and animated. Not only does it match the pace of their different lyrics, but it also helps to sell the idea of the whirlwind Husk is in at the casino. I hope you had fun, and let me know if you noticed anything I might have missed, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future. Any other Has-Been or Hell of a Boss songs you'd like to see me analyze? Let me know in the comments below. Extra special shout out to my $50 patron, Just Some Major, who probably is just a lot of fun to be around. And shout out to my $10 patrons, you're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Genital War Thunder, Jake, Amber, Scaring Crows, Messiah, Jacob, Ben Sketchbook, Rain, Lucian, Wild Pilot, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, C1 Trooper, Sean, Ruby Rune, Lavaros, Plague, Tyrene, Thanos, Pandemonium, Peter, Agiri, Eden, Silverheart Soul, Doki Pokey, Zappy, Wolfgang, Philip, Mac and Cheese, Lollaroni, Davey, MD, NerfNed, Video Gamer, Middle Coop, Vermithor, and Card Creates. So yeah, hope you had fun. I had a lot of fun. I love doing stuff like this, especially with music videos. Like, usually I analyze Ruby combat, but Ruby, if Ruby had more music videos, I would do that. But we get so many good ones with the Hellaverse. So yeah, any and all suggestions that you might have. Did you like this? Do you want to see something more like this? Do you have any other suggestions about other videos and stuff? I would love to see them in the comments below. What's your favorite song from season 2 of Has-Been? Love in a Bottle is up there, but it's not my favorite. But it's definitely a good one. So, any and all thoughts and opinions, I'd love to see them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.